The 2022 campaign has been a wild, franchise-altering ride for the New York Giants. It all began when Schoen and Brian Daboll were hired and immediately gutted the roster of expensive veterans like Blake Martinez, Logan Ryan, and James Bradberry. After the roster was gutted, plenty NFL media members picked the Giants to win 4 or less games, and there were tons of questions surrounding Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley's futures with the Giants. After all that offseason chaos, Big Blue stunningly ripped off 6 wins in their first 7 games, including triumphant double-digit comebacks in London against the Packers and at home against the Ravens. Dimes and Barkley silenced all their doubters with their early season resurgences, but the wheels have fallen off a bit recently. Since the 6-1 start, the Giants are 1-4-1, with their only victory being against the lowly Houston Texans. Despite the rough stretch, the Giants are 8-5-1 and still in prime position to make the playoff thanks to one of the best starts in franchise history. Here are the 4 reasons the Giants will still reach the postseason. But before we see the 4 reasons, already leave your like. This helps our work a lot. And if you are not subscribed yet, sign up and activate the bell. This way you stay connected to all New York Giants news. Now without further ado, let's get to the video. Reason number 4. Daniel Jones will rise to the occasion. Jones has certainly proved he can be an adequate NFL starting quarterback this season. Jones has shown flashes of elite quarterback play and has been arguably the best offensive play, other than Saquon, throughout the year. Jones has completed 247 of his 347 pass attempts for 2,534 yards and 12 touchdowns. In each of his 4 seasons, Jones has significantly improved his turnover rate, and this season he has only thrown 4 interceptions, by far a career low, and second least among quarterbacks who have started every game this season. Jones has also posted career highs in rushing yards, rushing attempts, rushing touchdowns, QBR, and passer rating. The most significant and telling stat of just how much Danny Dimes has improved: he has led 4 fourth-quarter comebacks this season, displaying the clutch gene that is essential for NFL starting quarterbacks to have. Giants likely need to win 2 out of their final 4 games to earn a postseason berth, and with Jones running the offense, we would certainly not bet against it. Reason number 3. The rushing attack. The Giants have the league's 6th best rushing attack, averaging 147.6 yards per game. The rushing attack really boils down to 2 dudes, Danny Wheels and Barkley. We talked about Jones' improvement as a passer earlier, but his legs have been a massive weapon this season. Jones, recently referred to by Barkley as Vanilla Vic, has rushed 95 times for 548 yards and 5 touchdowns, all career highs. Vanilla Vic's 548 yards on the ground are the most by a quarterback in a single season in Giants history. His wheels have become the perfect complement to Barkley, who has had a huge bounce-back season. Barkley is 4th in the NFL in rushing this season with 1,083 rushing yards and has become a workhorse in the Giants' backfield. Barkley has carried the ball over 20 times in 6 games this season and carried the ball 30-plus times in 2 games, including an insane 35 carries against Houston. In 6 of the 7 games that Barkley has received 20 carries, the Giants have come out victorious, so the recipe for wins is pretty simple. The Giants' running game was the main reason they started 6-1, but they have gotten away from it too much lately. The Giants need to pound the rock early and often, and if they do, we will see this team playing beyond Week 18. Reason number 2. Brian Daboll will lead the team down the stretch. The new Giants head coach has had a fantastic debut season. Brian Daboll has utilized the perfect combination of smart, aggressive, and conservative coaching. The wildly popular Daboll may just be the main reason the Giants are playing meaningful December football for the first time in nearly 7 years. Daboll has gotten everything he can plus more out of a roster that severely lacks top-end talent, and finally has Jones and Barkley looking like the top 10 picks they were drafted to be. Daboll's 2 predecessors, Pat Shurmur and Joe Judge, went 9-23 and 10-23 respectively in 2 seasons, so it's not unrealistic that Daboll can match their 2-season win totals in his first season. Daboll has lit a fire underneath his players multiple times this season and knows exactly what he's got to do to get his players performing to their peak. Daboll is firmly entrenched in the NFL Coach of the Year discussion, and that is the exact kind of guy the Giants need to lead them over the final 4 games of the season. Number 1 reason. Realistically, only Detroit and Seattle can eliminate the Giants and Commanders from those spots, with the Packers having an outside chance if they win their last 4 games. Seattle currently sits at 7-7, 1 point 1.5 games out of the playoffs, but has to play at the Chiefs, plus home against the Jets and Rams to finish their season. The Lions need to win 2 more games than the Giants or Washington over the final 4 games to pass one of them, and have to play at the Jets, at the Panthers, home against the Bears, and at the Packers. According to 538, the Giants have a 91% chance of reaching the playoffs after this victory against Washington that took place this Sunday, and would have a 35% chance if they lost. Big Blue can make their lives quite simple if they get this win on Sunday night. Now it's up to you. Leave your comment. What do you think will happen? Are we going to the playoffs? Forward Giants!